Hey guys, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? I just want to test this, make sure everything is good, and then we will get going. Hey guys, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? I just want to test this, make sure everything is good, and then we will get going. Hey guys, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? I just want to test Awesome, perfect. Cool. So I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to start piling in. In the comment section, let me know where you guys are from. I'm going to turn this on so I could try to see this. Hey, how's it going? Awesome. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from in the comment section, and then we will get going. Miami, Florida, I'm not too far away from you. India, awesome. Finland, awesome. New Zealand, awesome. Wyoming, I'm actually looking to go to Wyoming this summer. Awesome, cool. So what do I have scheduled for you guys today? So today we are going to be going through 11 different AI tools that every single content creator needs to be using in 2025. Because here's the deal. AI isn't going to replace content creators. Creators that use AI are going to be replacing content creators that don't. Because AI can now edit your videos for you, create thumbnails for you, watch your videos and give you feedback, which is pretty crazy, tell you what's trending, create podcasts and voiceovers for you, record videos for you, aka you can actually clone yourself. And I want to give you a little sneak peek of that. If we come into HeyGen right here and come into my avatars, you'll see this isn't a real version of me, but it looks exactly like me, it sounds exactly like me, and it's super hyper realistic. But again, we'll get to that in just a little bit. It can have you can have it schedule posts out, write descriptions, handle your comments, handle your DMs, and so much more that we're going to be covering in this live today. And by the way, this live is brought to you by Metricool. If you guys use code Robert at the pinned comment, I put it in the chat, or if you're watching the recording afterwards, you will be able to check out the pinned comment on the video as you would any other regular YouTube video. You'll get 30 days free access to any of their premium plans. I would strongly recommend that you guys use it. It allows you to schedule out your posts without getting penalized, write descriptions with AI, do hashtag research with AI, stay up to date on what is trending from your competitors, and so much more. But again, we'll get into that in just a little bit. Again, I want to know where you guys are tuning in from. Please let me know in the chat over here. Okay. So tool number one that I wanted to walk through is going to be Captions AI. If you do know what Captions AI is, they actually just released a bunch of brand new features that I want to cover on this live here. So I'm going to pull it up right here, but otherwise we'll go through a few different things that this has that are absolutely amazing. As an AI script writer, you could record in here. You could do dynamic captions. You could emphasize words. You could do the teleprompter stuff. Like if you come over to YouTube and see a bunch of different shorts that are created, if we just come over here, let's find some YouTube shorts. We'll type in hashtag shorts. What you are going to notice is that all of these, or a lot of them, have captions. Guess how he's doing that? He's doing that most likely with Captions AI or something like that, or just the way that they edit these. Now, the other thing that this could do, if we come into editing tools, you'll see that it does auto zoom and crop, jump cut editing, B-roll integration, sound effects and music, auto punch in, punch out. Essentially, this tool right here allows you now to edit your content with AI. If we come over to captions.ai, we click on get started. And by the way, I'm doing this with a free account right here. You will see that they have a bunch of different things. You could generate talking videos and AI ads, and you could come over here and click on AI edit right here. If you click on this, and you're probably going to see that a lot of your favorite influencers are doing stuff like this, you could come over here and you could upload a video. For example, I'm just going to upload this random video right here. But what you are going to notice is we can actually edit this with AI. How do we do that? We come through here and choose the style that we want it to actually edit in. And it will show you what that style will look like. It'll show you what those edits will look like. And guess what? You can now implement this into your content, and this will literally do all of the editing for you. AI does all of the edits, and then if you want to change anything afterwards, you can click into this right here, and you will be able to change anything that you want on this incredibly easy. But if you want to edit any certain format, I would strongly suggest going to captions.ai and trying it out. Again, I'm doing this on a free account right here. And if you come over here, you'll see that they have a bunch of other tools here, and they literally have dozens and dozens of different tools. The team over here is pushing things and adding things like crazy. So I would strongly suggest that you check it out. Tool number 2 is going to be aistudio.google.com. I've made a few videos about this, but this right here is the future. This is crazy. Again, this is also 100% free. If we come over here, we could type in a prompt like this. Prompt number 1, essentially, you could get this to give feedback on your videos. You could have it help you understand why your competitors' videos are better than yours, and you could have it do a bunch of other things. I'm going to leave this up here for just 1 second before we actually dive in here and do this. But what I would recommend that you guys do, take a screenshot of this so that you will actually be able to get the prompts from this. And again, I want to teach you guys a lot on this live, so this is how you would do that. If you take a screenshot of this right here, just come over to ChatGPT. You could come over to Gemini and say, please write out what this says. And what this will then do is decipher whatever you have in this image and we'll write it out. So it would be the same as if I put this in the pinned comment or something for you guys. So we could take this right here, come over into AI Studio. You want to make sure that over here, using Gemini 2.5 Flash Preview, you want to make sure that it's the 520 model. You're then going to come over here. You are going to paste in this prompt. Can you please give me feedback on the video that I've attached to help me determine what I could change in my hook, my script writing, my storytelling, and my editing to make it better? Now, what you could do is come over here, click on YouTube video, and then just paste the link of a YouTube video in here. So I'm going to come over here, type in my name, Robert Benjamin, and we'll come over to this right here. We're going to pause it. We're going to grab this link right here. We're going to come back over here. We're going to put this URL in here, and you'll see that this loads up pretty quickly. Now, you do have to wait for this button to turn blue again right here, but we're going to click on this, and this is going to go through, and this is going to actually watch the video and give us feedback. Now, this does typically take like 45 seconds or so for it to start thinking, because remember, it literally has to watch the video. This video, I think, is like 12 minutes long, but it is going to go through, it is going to do that, and then give us concrete feedback on exactly what we could change in this video or change to our next video to actually make it better. Now, while it does that, I wanted to come over here and show you this other prompt, because you don't only have to do this with your content, you could do this with other people's content too. For example, let's say that you want to make a video that is better than one of your competitors. You could have put their video in there and then use this prompt right here. I want to make a video that's better than the video that I've attached. Can you help me determine what I could change in their hook, script writing, storytelling, and editing, or anything else to actually make it a better piece of content? Now, what you're going to get is we're going to come over here, and we could see that this is going through and this is thinking. It's examining the video aspects. It's evaluating hooks and effectiveness, dissecting the script. It's deconstructing the narrative. It's doing all this, and then this goes through and gives us exactly what we should change in the video. It literally tells us exactly what to say, goes through the script writing, goes through the storytelling, goes through the editing, and then gives us an overall recommendation. But now, guess what this has been done? This has now been trained on our video, so we can continue to ask you questions like, hey, how would you improve this? Or how would you improve that? And this is going to be incredibly helpful. Now, before I get into tool number 3, I just had something else pop in my head that I wanted to show you guys. Another thing that you could do, and you could do this on ChatGPT, is come over to ChatGPT. You would open up a new chat and you would say something along the lines of, I am making a video about how to get more views on YouTube for small channels. Can you please tell me exactly where I should place B-roll? I want it to appear 50% of the time, the first 60 seconds, and then every 15, 30, 45 seconds at a varied cadence. Now I'm going to leave this up here for 1 more second so that you guys can take a screenshot of this if you want to use this prompt. But otherwise, what you will then do is you will then take the transcript of your video, which you could get just by coming in here and clicking on show transcript. Not sure why this isn't showing right now. Come over here, show transcript. This is then going to pull up this transcript. And what we can do is come in here and actually copy this transcript. And we'll come over here. If your video is not already on YouTube, I'll show you how to do this in just a second. So we come over here, we could get this. We could then put this into ChatGPT, right? I'm going to put video transcript. And then what this is going to do is literally tell us exactly where we should put B-roll. Whether you edit your own videos or you have an editor that edits your videos, this literally will spit out exactly what B-roll should put and what you should actually put there, which is a huge time saver, and it makes your content way better to when you're editing it. You can do this with YouTube videos, with Instagram videos, with TikToks, literally with any platform. It doesn't matter what platform you're doing this for. Now, if you don't have the transcript, what you could do, if you come to riverside.fm/transcript, again, up here, top left corner, click on transcribe now. This is going to be free. You could literally just upload a file in here and it will give you the transcript in just a few seconds. It's unlimited transcripts, it's free, and you don't even have to sign in order to actually use it. Now, if you guys have any questions, please put questions in the chat right here. I'm going to be going through the chat once I get through this. We still do have a bunch more tools that you guys should be using. The next one is going to be ChatGPT. Now, like I showed with you here, you could use ChatGPT to get something like what B-roll you should be using in your content. But one of the most underutilized things with ChatGPT is what you're going to see on the left-hand side of my screen right here, which is what most people aren't using. And I'm going to show you how to use it in just a second. Okay, now what I'm talking about is if we come into YouTube scripts right here, this is how I create all of my YouTube scripts. In fact, let's go through and I will actually show you this. So if we come over here, what I do is I come up with a title for my YouTube videos. And by the way, if you're struggling with coming up with titles, struggling with coming up with trends, all stuff like that, I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later in this video. But this is all I have to do to make my YouTube scripts now. I literally just come over here, I type in title, I put in the title of my video, and this spits me out a script that is the exact length I want it to be and in the exact format that I want my scripts to actually be in. It even tells me how long each thing should be, and this literally just takes 15 seconds. Well, guess what? It does this because I created a ChatGPT project. So I want to walk you through how I actually did that. If we come over here and come into YouTube scripts, you're going to see that I gave this some custom instructions right here. I said, I want you to be a YouTube expert script writer that builds me scripts based on the scripts from my past successful videos. Every single response should make a video script that is 10 to 12 minutes long. So these are the instructions I put in here. You could make yours longer. You could include your niche. You could put whatever things you want ChatGPT to focus on, or a certain tone or a certain format, put it in here. Now, the next thing you need to do is make a project file. So the script outline right here, if I come into my documents over here and we come over here and we actually open this up, what this is going to show you is I have literally outlined. I have outline number 1, I have outline number 2, and I have outline number 3. These are the 3 best outlines that I've found that work for my competitors and work for me on YouTube. So I literally gave it these 3 outlines and I gave it some instructions about what it should do. And now all I have to do is come over here, come up with my content idea, type in the title, and I get a hook that I am able to use. And this is actually how I've been scripting out all of my content as of recently, and it has saved me so much time. I used to spend hours every single day writing out scripts. Now I do it in literally just 30 seconds. Now, tool number 4, again, remember that this live is brought to you by Metricool. You can use code Robert for 30 days free access to any of their premium plans. If you go to the pinned comment in the chat, you will be able to see that. But Metricool is also another AI tool that I would recommend because it allows you to do so many different things. Like you could schedule out your posts, reply to all your comments and DMs from one place, quickly identify trends and spy on your competitors. They have several different integrations and they have an AI description generator and hashtags. If you are not using Metricool, you are honestly wasting so much time. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to log into Metricool quick, and I want to show you a few of their key features that are incredibly helpful. Okay, now this is, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen quick just so that I can actually log in here so you guys don't see this. But while I'm doing this, I would strongly suggest you guys go to the pinned comment and actually go through and you guys yourself register for Metricool because again, you get 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. Now, if I add this back to the stage over here, you guys should be able to see my screen again. If you guys could see my screen again, please let me know in the chat. I'm going to wait till somebody says that they can see my screen again, and then I will actually walk you guys through exactly what these tools are doing. And I'll also answer some questions quick. So Colin, yes, these tools do work for YouTube Shorts. Mercs, all of these tools that I've showed so far are either free or you could get started with them for free today. Okay, so you guys can see my screen again. We're going to come back over here. So with Metricool, they have a ton of different things. First and foremost, I really love their planning feature. If we come over here, you'll be able to see the best times for you to post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you could filter through all these and it will literally show you exactly what days, what times you should be posting. In addition to that, if you click on create post right here, you can choose to post your content to a bunch of different platforms all at once. You could come over here and search for the best hashtags for TikTok and Instagram. You can come over here and you can click on this right here and actually get a description generated with AI. For example, I'm going to do 11 AI tools content creators need to use. Positive tone English. We want to optimize this for Instagram. We'll click on generate text and this will go through and this will actually generate us exactly what description we should use with a positive tone in English for Instagram. And you could have this go through and optimize for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, for a bunch of different platforms. And as you can see here, this is then going to spit out a specific description for that platform. And I would strongly suggest that you do this because what the team at Metricool did was train this exactly how posts should look. I mean, look at this right here. This goes through, it puts a call to action, it puts all these different emojis, and this does a really good job of actually making a description that's going to be useful. And you could come over here and you could do a bunch of other things. Like you could change the hashtags, you could change the length, you could change the tone, you could add in emojis, you could correct things, or you could change the structure, adjust the instructions, and do so much more. This allows you to customize your descriptions incredibly easily. In addition to that, if we come over here, another feature that I love with Metricool is if we click on inbox, because I'm sure as you can imagine, I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages across YouTube, across Instagram, across TikTok, across Facebook, across LinkedIn. Well, guess what? I can actually see all of them now in one place if I use Metricool. And this makes this way easier for me to be able to manage my comments, my DMs, and all of that from one simple spot. If we click on analytics right here, it also makes it incredibly easy for me to be able to go through my analytics. For example, if we come over to YouTube, we'll see my views are skyrocketing right now. Now, I'll be able to get a bunch of different in-depth analytics here, and I'll be able to scroll down where I can track a list of my competitors, click on video list, and be able to see what all of them are posting so I can very quickly see exactly what's getting views in my niche, and I can hop on that before everybody else does. Now, remember, if you go to the pinned comment in the chat, you could get started with Metricool today. 30 days free access with code Robert to any of their premium plans. Now, I wanted to get in to the rest of these different tools here because they're only going to keep getting better and better. This next tool right here is going to be Pikzels. If we come over here, you are going to see that this can do some pretty cool things. Again, you can try this for free, and this allows you to create viral thumbnails in seconds. If we click on free right here, and then I'm going to get rid of my view again so that I can log in here quickly. I'm going to show you exactly how you could use this to make thumbnails on YouTube. And this is pretty incredible. So if we come over here, I am going to share my screen again in just a second after I click on try for free and log in here. Cool. So adding this back in here. Again, if you guys can see me, let me know if you could see me in the chat. Otherwise, right here, does using AI present an intellectual property issue as I'm not owning the assets of the creation or the produced asset? It depends on what you're actually using it for. If it's just stealing stock footage or stealing footage from somewhere else, that could present an issue, but in most cases, that won't actually be presenting an issue. Now, if we come back over here into Pikzels, where you're going to be able to see here is you could actually have this generate thumbnails for you. You could have this recreate thumbnails for you. You could do a face swap with this, or you could have it do stuff with titles. Now, I am not vouching for the title tool here because I don't really think that it's that great. But Being able to build the thumbnails, being able to recreate thumbnails, being able to do a face swap on thumbnails, this is all incredibly useful and is going to save you a ton of time when you're trying to create thumbnails on YouTube. And if you're like any YouTube creator, you understand that the thumbnail that you create is one of the most important parts of your video, because if you don't get the thumbnail right, people don't click, and then as a result, you do not get the reach that you want. But again, I still have like 6 or 7 other tools that I actually want to show you guys. The next tool is going to be Pickaxe. Now I can guarantee if you're on this live right now, you haven't heard of this tool, but this tool can make you a ton of money. And again, you could try it for free. So we're going to click on sign in right here. I am going to sign into this quick, and then I'm going to show you how this tool can help you make a ton of money if you create content on social media, you've got friends that create content on social media, or you do anything where somebody has an audience. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to log into this, and then I'm going to share my screen with you guys again. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I am now logged in here. We're going to add this back to the stage, and here we go. Okay, so we could see that I created a bunch of different pickaxes. TikTok hashtag generator, TikTok description generator, TikTok keyword finder, Instagram hashtag generator. I have made a bunch of these, and they have been used a bunch of different times. If we click over here, we'll see that this has been used like over 1,000 times. Now, essentially what this allows you to do, this tool right here, allows you to create your own version of any LLM. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Gemini, it could be Claude, it could be any of them. And then what actually happens is you can create a tool where if I click on preview right here, we'll be able to preview it. So TikTok hashtag generator, basically, I created my own TikTok hashtag generator. So what topic are you creating a video on? Let's say that we are creating a video on credit repair. We literally just type in the topic right here, and then this is going to show us all of the popular hashtags immediately, give us a popularity score and a relevancy score. Now remember, I created this tool. So guess what I could do? I could sell this tool to my audience. I could use this tool as a free lead magnet. And I really love Pickaxe because it allows you to actually go into each of these different tools right here, and you can actually train this to reply to people how you want. You can name it what you want. If you want to make money with social media right now, I would check this out. In fact, if we come over here to Google and we type in Zach, 17-year-old Cal, we're going to see this kid right here, Zach. He makes, this is old, this is from 2024. He's making like $2 to $3 million a month right now because he made a calorie tracking app. And then he partnered up with a bunch of fitness influencers and has been promoting that calorie tracking app. The way that they did this initially was using a tool like Pickaxe. All they did was created a specified version for ChatGPT for their audience, for their followers, partnered with influencers, and you can make a ton of money with this with AI. And I guarantee you haven't heard of this before or haven't heard anybody else talk about this. Now, the next thing I want to show you is going to be Apify.com. If you struggle with coming up with trends for TikTok, for Instagram, for YouTube, you need to come to this website. You're going to click to go to console. Again, you could start this and you could try this for free. Essentially what they have are a bunch of different actors over here. So if we come in an Apify store, we could type in something like TikTok and we'll get a bunch of different scrapers for TikTok. We could type in something like Instagram, get a bunch of different scrapers for Instagram. Type in something like YouTube, get the same exact thing. Now, if we come over to TikTok right here, or actually we'll come to one that I've already done, we could click on this right here, come into search, and now we could upload a bunch of different searches that we wanted to do. So let's say, for example, that we were in the credit repair niche. Obviously, you could do this without a niche. What you would do is come over to ChatGPT. You'd say, I need a list of 25 things my ideal audience searching for in the credit repair niche. Just list out the terms, no bullet points or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to leave this right here. Take a screenshot of this so that you can use this and then just change out what your niche is, because this is going to be incredibly helpful. So what this is going to do is give us a bunch of different terms right here. We can now copy these terms. We can come into Apify, come into search right here, click on bulk edit, add all these terms in here, click set, come down here, and then click save and start. From here, this is going to go ahead and actually run. Now, I have done this before, and this got me 300 different results here. Now, what I'm able to do with this is I am able to come in here and choose what things I want this to show. So I want this to show the play count. I want this to show a web video URL. I want this to show, let's see, the author meta. And I want this to also show what the search query was. Now, if we click on view in a new tab, what this now is showing me how many views these videos got, the link to the video, and then also it shows me where it actually came from if we look at search query. So I did this for my AI channel, which is why I was doing this, but this will literally allow you to get every single video that's trending for certain topics on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, with just the click of a button. You literally just go in, you tell it what searches you want it to do, and the alternative here is that we'd actually come over to TikTok and we would actually have to manually type in all of these different things. But you don't have to do that anymore because you can get AI to do it if you use a tool like Apify.com. Now, tool number 8 and 9 is going to be 11 Labs, and it's going to be HeyGen. I got into this a little bit before, but if you come into HeyGen, you click on avatars right here. And now this feature that I'm going to show you, you do have to pay for. I think it's like $20 or $30 a month. But you can create an avatar. And essentially what you can do is train this avatar on your videos. So all I did was I took like 2 hours of YouTube videos. I uploaded it in here. And now I have this hyper realistic avatar. This isn't actually me talking and doing these movements. But guess what? It looks exactly like me, and it sounds exactly like me when I pair this with 11 Labs. If we come over to 11 Labs right here, this is the most realistic voice AI platform. We'll go into the platform, and if you come over here, you're going to see voices. Now, what I was able to do is if we come into my voices, I actually create my own voice here. Now, that was super loud. I didn't want to do that. But if we come into here, we could actually see edit voice. Now, what I did was uploaded an hour of me talking, and I went through, gave it a little bit of information right here, and it made this voice that sounds exactly like me. If we come over here and see this, this is what this actually sounds like. Now that is pretty insane. That sounds exactly like me. We have this avatar that looks exactly like me. And this is how a ton of creators are making AI generated content. In fact, if we come over here, we type in, let's see, we'll type in AI avatar views, and we come over here, this creator right here, I want you guys to check this out. So if we look at all of her content right here, it does all right. It does all right. If we scroll down, and again, you could do this on TikTok, you could do this on Instagram, you could do this on YouTube. If we scroll down to when she's wearing the purple hat, this is her AI avatar. 200,000 views, almost 700, 40,000, 15,000, 12,000, 70,000, 24,000, 20,000, 18,000, 65,000. All of these different videos with this purple hat aren't actually her. And as you can see here, they actually got way more views than her regularly generated content. So I would strongly suggest you try making this AI avatar if you want to spend less time creating content and you want to spend more time doing the things that you actually love. Now, the next tools that I wanted to show you are going to be Hugging Face and going to be there's an AI for that.com. If we come over here, let's get rid of some of these tabs that I have inevitably accumulated here. You could see, so huggingface.co/spaces, basically this allows you to find a bunch of different AI solutions and a bunch of different AI tools. Let's say that we wanted to remove a background. We could type in remove background, and then this will give us a bunch of different tools that we could use that will allow us to remove backgrounds. Or let's say that we wanted to do voice to or text to voice. We could type in text to voice and it'll give us a bunch of tools for that. If we want to do voice clone, this will give us a bunch of tools for that. And this, by the way, is free. Or you could come over here, and sometimes if I'm bored, I like to just roll the dice, and this will actually show me a bunch of different tools that allow me to do a bunch of different random things. And every time you roll the dice, it is going to give you a new thing here. Now, the other website that you could do this with is there's an AI for that. Essentially, what this is right here is this like social media, but for AI. Once you interact with it a good bit, you could come under For You right here, and this will actually show you the best AI tools for you based on how you interacted with everything else on the platform. Or you could enter a task in here. For example, we're going to come through and we're going to type in AI avatar. And then what this is going to show me is a bunch of tools that can do that for me. And again, we could turn on free mode up here where we see 100% free, freemium, free trial, but nevertheless, this will show us a bunch of different tools that can do exactly what we wanted, and people can leave comments on this. So if we click on this right here, we will see that this actually goes through. It shows us the price. It shows us a bunch of different screenshots. It shows us some comments. It shows us new releases. It shows us a bunch of different user ratings, and it shows us other tools that might be related to this. And these two tools right here are going to be a lifesaver if you want to just find random AI tools that you haven't found yet. Now, two other things I want to show you guys. We come over here and we type in labs. We're going to see labs.google/fx/tools/flow. This right here allows you to create videos that have never happened before. You can literally just describe exactly what you want to create. You'd come over here, turn this on, not fast, put it on VO3, and this will create you high quality videos with sound. In addition to that, if we come over to Whisk right here, this allows you to turn images into videos. These are two of Google's latest releases. One other thing I want to show you with Google. If we come over to Gemini right here, we can see that we can now do all of this in Canvas. What does that actually mean? So if we had this create this and then click on Canvas right here and say, put this in Canvas, what this is now going to allow us to do is once this is done, actually filling this out. And by the way, you could do this with YouTube scripts. You could do this with video transcriptions. You could do this with a bunch of stuff. You can now build on top of all this information that's in here by clicking on create. You could build a website with this, an infographic, a quiz, or an audio overview. If you do an audio overview, it is literally going to allow you to create a podcast on whatever topic you want, which is pretty insane. Now, at this point, again, I wanted to remind you that if you go to the pinned comment in the chat, you could get started with Metricool today with code Robert, 30 days free access to any of their premium plans. Now, at this point, I wanted to go through and do Q&A. If you guys have questions about anything related to AI tools, anything related to growing on YouTube, growing on Instagram, growing on TikTok, please let me know, and I would love to answer your guys' questions. And also, again, let me know in the chat where you guys are from. Let me know what AI tools you guys are currently using and all of that. I'd love to spend like the next 15, 20 minutes just talking through this stuff and, find out whether or not you guys found these tools helpful or which ones you are excited to try. Awesome, Slick. That sounds good. Put you guys' comments up here. Awesome. I appreciate you tuning in. Slick, of these, which one of these are, the ones that you are looking forward to the most? Let me go through here and see if I have any other questions, but otherwise, put questions in the chat. I would love to respond to you guys. So is this video analysis for Shorts? He's referring to the video analysis that was being done with AI Studio. Yes, you can do that with Shorts, and I would strongly suggest that you do. Nico, ChatGPT for the title, got a lot of engagement. That is awesome. I would also recommend doing the script like that, doing the hook like that. You could even get ChatGPT to give you feedback on your thumbnail and whether or not it was good. So I would strongly recommend that you do that. I get this question a lot. Is it free? The only features that I just showed you that you can't get for free or on a free trial or a free plan with these tools is going to be HeyGen and 11 Labs. Those are the only two ones that weren't necessarily free. So what about individuals and companies who refuse to use AI content? So you don't have to use AI generated content, but if you're not using AI in your process, I'm telling you, You're going to get left behind because people that are utilizing this, I mean, look at the script example that I showed you guys. It used to take me hours to write my scripts. I could do it now in less than 5 minutes. I mean, that just saves me a ton of time. So what does that allow me to do? Create multiple YouTube videos or more YouTube videos. It allows me to create multiple YouTube channels. Like I'm sure you guys know, if you guys watch my content a lot, I created another YouTube channel and literally got it to over 40,000 subscribers in 90 days. 90 days. Long form content. It's got full sponsors on it now. It's monetized. I can make a full-time living from it. And I did that in 90 days. It would have never been possible without AI. Okay, let me come back down to these questions and see what else. Colin, I would definitely check out all those other tools. Like I said, all the tools that I shared with you guys in this video, you could get started with them for free or try them out for free, or they're just free in general. So I would take advantage of this stuff. Currently using Halo and Midjourney for my new AI TikTok. That's awesome. I would also, again, I would make sure you're using apify.com. I would make sure that you're, so I didn't actually go through this, but what you could do, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add myself to the stage again, and I'm going to show you guys this. So if we come over to ChatGPT, actually, let me come over here. You can now upload videos to ChatGPT. So let me come into my files right here. I had a short video here. So it's LeBron video. I'm going to say, please give me feedback on how to make this video better. And this is actually a video. So ChatGPT can now actually watch videos and give you feedback on them, but it needs to be a short video. It can't do it with long videos. If you want to do it with long videos, you need to come to AI Studio, and it needs to be something uploaded from YouTube. But ChatGPT can give feedback on posts that are going to be shorts, and it goes through and it watches it, it transcribes it, analyzes the content for pacing, for clarity, and a bunch of other stuff. And this is really cool. Let me see what else is in here. The ones I can use to help me generate scripts, going to save you a ton of time. Again, I would use ChatGPT projects for that. Give it good instructions, give it good training of what you want your script to look like, either what your current scripts look like or what your competitors' scripts look like or something like that. And that is going to help you a ton. With all these new tools, what would be your approach to getting started with them, as there is an abundance of them? What I would do, I would take into consideration where you're currently spending the most time. Is it editing? Is it script writing? Is it coming up with ideas? Is it coming up with hooks? Whatever you're spending the most time on, try to get AI to help you with that first, because stuff that doesn't take up a lot of time, I mean, AI is not going to get you a lot there then, right? But what you want to use AI for is to speed up your process so you can spend time actually doing the things that you like, the things that you love, like me being on live like this. My mental health educational video, TikToks, videos flop. I use Syllabus AI. Can these video review apps evaluate animations, non-English language videos? So they can evaluate animations, yes. If it's non-English language, it's going to depend on what language. It's going to depend on what tool. So long as like that tool knows that language, you should be totally fine with that. Robert, can I get tips on how to get 1K? So let me see. I'm not exactly sure how I can pull up your page. If you want to put like your link to your page down there, and I'll definitely get to that. Just came in. Okay, 30-second recap. I'm going to add myself back to the stage again. So this is a schedule that we go through. 11 different AI tools content creators need to use in 2025. Again, the live sponsored by Metricool. 30 days free access to any of their premium plans in the pinned comment in the chat. I go through AI tools that can edit for you, create thumbnails for you, watch your videos and give you feedback, tell you what's trending, create podcasts and voiceovers for you, record videos for you, aka clone yourself, schedule posts out, write descriptions, etc., handle your comments and DMs. There are AI tools for all of this. You probably just don't know it. And that's exactly what I talked about in here. So if you just got in here, I would strongly recommend that you watch a recording for this, because it's powerful stuff. I think you guys are going to love it. How many minutes or hours should it usually take to hit 1K views if I'm doing everything right? to hit 1K views, how many minutes or hours? I'm not exactly sure what that means. And I'm not sure what platform you're talking about. So if you could give me more context on that, I'd actually be able to give you a better answer. Actually using Captions AI right now, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I would definitely check out the other tools. Does this video analysis work on long form podcasts on YouTube to help you better structure them? This is a great question, Colin. So let me share this again. If I come into AI Studio, let's say we'll come over here. So like if it's a like a Joe Rogan podcast, that's not going to work because it's just going to be so long, right? So like um, Joe Rogan just spoke to Bono. If we take this, I'll show you how to actually figure this out. This token count right here is what you're going to want to pay attention to. If you put a YouTube video in here, this Joe Rogan one, we're going to see this should be more than 1 million tokens. Yeah, so this is 3.1 million tokens because of how long it is. So it won't be able to do this because it's over the token count. So it'll only be able to take like a third of the video into consideration. Now, if we come over here and we grab just a random video, let's just say this Drake video right here, if we post this in here, we're going to see this will probably be, let me guess. I think this will be around 26,000 tokens if I had to guess. So 56,000. So I was off a little bit, but this is less than 1 million. So it will be able to handle that. AI is all based on tokens, like whether or not it can actually handle something. Personally, I think editing takes a lot of time. Is Nexus Clips what I'd recommend and why? If you want to just cut videos up, if you have a long form video, you have a live, you want to cut it up, I would definitely recommend using Nexus Clips. If you want to edit a video though, Nexus Clips probably won't be the best tool for that. I would use Captions AI has, an AI video editor. Gling.ai allows you to edit YouTube videos really quickly with AI. Even CapCut has a lot of AI features. But again, if you want to take a video and cut it up, Nexus Clips, definitely amazing for that. Video editing in general, it's not going to be the best tool. And I'm just being completely honest saying that. What's going on? What is my go-to extracting shorts from long form videos? So no, I don't use Opus Clips. I use Nexus Clips for that. I will put the link to this in the chat here. I'll put it in here. But yeah, I use Nexus Clips for this, for extracting shorts from long form videos. That would be my go-to for that. What's going on, King? I've seen some celebrity drama channels that have AI generated celebrities in their thumbnails. Which tool will help me with that? Pixels. I go through that in here. Pixels will allow you to do that. Or you could just like get ChatGPT to make you like, or Gemini or Grok, any of these tools to make you just an animated version of the celebrity. That's probably how they're doing that. From my experience in YouTube's latest algorithm, how many long form videos should you post on YouTube in a day? No. So long form, it all depends on your niche. If you post in the news niche, then I would recommend that if you post in the news niche, you could post multiple times a day. Ideally, though, it wants to be like the best, story or the best topic. Otherwise, I would only post like 3 times a week on YouTube. So I've actually seen this with so this is long form content we're talking. I post obviously typically like 6 long form videos a week. I've actually noticed that is not helping my channel as much as it used to. Now, what's actually growing my channel by far the quickest is my shorts. I'm getting like a lot of views on shorts now because I can upload them more frequently. It just works better for the type of content that I upload. But it's really going to depend on your niche. Best video editing platform app for best results on a PC. What kind of content are you trying to create? And like how complex is the editing? I'm really going to need that information to give you the best answer here. And again, if you guys have any questions, I'll stay on here like another 5-6 minutes. Put your questions in the chat. I would love to answer all of your guys' questions. I love doing this. Honestly, I need to get in a schedule where I go live like this all the time because I really love doing this. Thank you. So if you want to do workout videos, honestly, I would just use CapCut. I mean, I think CapCut is like a great video editor. I would use CapCut. If it's YouTube videos, I would try Gling. You might love Gling. I'll share my screen quick. And again, you could try Gling for free. Gling AI, start for free. This is a really great tool for creating YouTube videos. You could drop your stuff in here. You could edit things really easily. They also leverage AI, so you could like automatically do a bunch of things. For example, come in here, you could automatically generate chapters. You could automatically do zooms. You could automatically add in B-roll, denoise it, fix the noise. They have an AI studio in here where you could actually make a custom AI background and a bunch of other stuff. I would strongly suggest checking Gling out if you're looking for like an AI first solution. Same exact thing here. I would try Gling AI. My long form videos are about product, 8 minutes long. I use HeyGen and convert it into 30 different languages. That's why I'm asking that. Cool. The other thing that I would take into consideration, so if you're doing that, I would then post, are you posting on 30 different channels, or like what does that actually look like? Like what does the output look like there? And then again, I'll be on here a few more minutes. If you guys have questions about anything, please put it in the chat. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys joining. And yeah, I'm just trying to answer as many questions as possible here. Let me see if I actually missed any questions. Okay, it does not look like I missed anyone. Do not believe so. Awesome. Well, cool. Thinking English language, morning German. No, so I would not do this. If you're going to post in multiple languages, those should each be different channels. Let me share the stage. I'll actually show you this. Like, if we come over to YouTube, if we look at like vidIQ, so they upload content that's like just in English on this channel. And then if we type in vidIQ Espanol, you'll see that they also have a Spanish channel here. So I would just make sure that you split those two things out, because otherwise what's going to happen is you might actually ruin that main channel if you start posting in multiple languages on it. Will changing the same music I use for every video on TikTok affect my engagement, follows, or views? If you're using music that's not trending or that's not helping you, then yeah, by default that would lower your reach. I'm a huge fan of like using the same sound over and over again if it's working. If we come over, I helped Tuvok right here gain over 15 million followers. If we look at his most popular videos, he must have just posted this. Yeah, he literally just posted this. In 15 minutes, this video's got, let's see how many views. 7,200 views. But nevertheless, if we come into his most popular videos, why is this now populating? Why is it saying that? Well, nevertheless, if you come to Tuvok's page and you look at his most popular videos, he's got like several videos that have over 100 million views. They all use the same exact sound. Like almost, I would say like 14.9 million of his followers came from videos that use the same sound. Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so certain companies don't like to use AI generated content. Then just don't deal with those companies. I mean, that's the reality, right? If they want to get left behind, if they're not embracing AI, you can't convince them to do anything. I mean, think about it. Like, you can't convince anybody in this world to do anything that they don't want to do. That's honestly the way that I look at it. Yeah, and again, I wouldn't partner with people if they're not willing to embrace that. And then if they are willing to, that's great. That's exactly what you're looking for. But awesome, cool. Very good to see you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much. As a reminder, thank you to Metricool for sponsoring this live. If you guys go to the pinned comment, you can get 30 days free access to any of Metricool's premium plans for 30 days. I would strongly recommend it. Doesn't matter if you're posting content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you're not using Metricool, you're going to get left behind. But more importantly, embracing AI. If you just got here, I'd strongly suggest that you rewatch this recording, because there's a lot of gems in here, a lot of really cool tools that are going to help you speed up your process, get more views, make more money, but ultimately grow more. I'll see you guys soon.